from Nestera, Hen Guru. Lots of you probably, or may or may not, recognise me from Feather and Egg, where I've been breeding for 7-8 years, something like that. So I am going to bring you loads of helpful poultry tips, whether it's hens, ducks or geese, or if you've got any questions about starting up, or if you've already got hens. Would love to hear if you want me to cover any specific topics. Just leave me a comment down there and I'll have a look. I feel as though I've sort of experienced all scales of poultry throughout my life. As a child we had hens. We lived in countryside in England, and mum and dad had a few bantams and a few hybridy brown things just for eggs. Nothing particularly special, but I've just sort of grown up with them. And then sort of into my teens I worked for the local farmer, delivering their eggs on my bike to all the neighbours and in the village. And I suppose where I've always been a little bit entrepreneurial, I used to like make a little menu so to kind of upsell my eggs. So if people wanted a cake as well, then I'd use the eggs to like make a cake. So yeah, I've always been a massive fan of all things hen, eggs, baking, so I'm sure I'll be bringing some of that as well. So then fast forward to like more recent years where I've had my children, started keeping hens again, and I'm just probably more passionate now about the pure breeds, but saying that, I think anyone that can keep hens, whatever suits their family and their situation is great. But personally passionate about the pure breeds, and anything just slightly different, slightly harder to get, harder to breed, sort of love that challenge, and educating people about all the different breeds that are out there, and that you don't just have to have a brown hen, but you can if you want to. So yeah, I've bred probably as many as 5,000 hens one year, I think was my top, and my children have always been sort of heavily involved in that as well, because periods of them being at home through lockdown and so on, I think it's really benefited them as well, kind of having that hands-on approach with the hens and kind of seeing and learning about the whole cycle. I think it's absolutely brilliant. So this year I've scaled back the breeding, and my mission really is to just bring lots of helpful tips, pointers, showing you different setups, different situations, so that more people feel equipped to have hens, whether you live in the countryside or in the city. So long as you have a garden and a little bit of space, there are certain setups that will suit you to enable lots of people to have their own hens and experience all of the benefits that comes with that, whether it's looking after the hens themselves or enjoying the eggs that come from them. It really is. Oh, mine is squabbling. I've just given them some hot mash because it looks beautifully sunny, but it's absolutely freezing here. Basically looking forward to chatting to you all about all things hen.